All right, we're live. Sorry, everyone. I took the wrong link to publish our video today. Sorry for the YouTube live. So we're live now. It's okay. It's working. Hi, I'm Gaëlle, community manager at Vivaldi, and my co-host today is Taka.
Hello everyone. Good to see you all again. I guess from last time too. I'm Taka, co-host today, Japanese community manager and an ambassador program lead at Vivaldi.
All right, thanks, Taka. So yeah, like we said, we will show you today 2 new features that we released 2 weeks ago with Vivaldi 3.1. It's about the new notes manager as well as the customizable menu. So we're really excited to show these new features. I'm going to change my screen and share my screen with you right away.
Yeah.
Let me just see. There. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, it sounds good.
Linux, Vivaldi on Linux.
Great, exactly. So, we're going to start with the customizable menus. So first you need to make sure that you're on the latest version of Vivaldi. And to do that, the easiest way is to go to and the Vivaldi icon on the top left, Help, and then About. Ideally, you should be on the version 3.1 1929.40. If you're not on that version yet, please update as soon as possible. You can either do it on Linux via the software updater or using the command update and upgrade. On Windows, you also go to update help and check for updates, and on Mac you go on the file for check for updates. If you're on that version, then you'll have access to the customizable menu. And to access the customizable menu, you click on the settings wheel that is down your left here, and it opens. Usually it's a pop-up, but you can also make it as a new tab. And you go to Appearance, Open Settings in a new tab. Then you scroll down this Appearance until you see the menu. With Vivaldi on Windows and Linux, it's kind of interesting because you have the Vivaldi button that you see here with the menu here. Or you can use more the classical older way, this horizontal, where it shows all the files right here. If you use the Vivaldi button, you can also decide if you want the Vivaldi icon or the menu icon that looks like the hamburger sandwich. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will show you the Vivaldi horizontal menu. So if you scroll just a tiny bit more down, you'll see the menu customization. And I will select the horizontal menu to show you this demonstration. I'm quite a minimalist, so I'm going to start by removing most of the menus right now, right away. And I'll keep only one. I select all them and then right click. Select all of them, right click, and then delete. And you see immediately they all have disappeared except for one that is still here. Again, there's too much stuff here, so I just want to remove that as well. So I'll just open it and select as much as possible. Again, hold on. Delete, and again, delete. While I'm at it, I will also rename actually this folder and I call it My Menu. And instead, I will add elements that I keep using all the time. So for example, for me, reopening the last closed tab is one I use all the time. So I'll just add it here. I also enjoy having new tabs. I'm going to add a separator and ask my colleague Taka, what is your favorite top menu actually item you like to add?
Yeah, I'm usually on Mac, and I usually use like preferences or UI zoom in, UI zoom out, which UI zoom in and out are not in the menu by default, but through that feature Gaëlle is showing now, you can add those to, for example, View, and then just by simply clicking the commands, you can zoom in and out. That's pretty handy.
Wow, that's really neat. I didn't know that one, yeah. Good to know. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
As you can see in the menu, you can see now new tab, reopen, close tab, and the UI zoom. And you can see that there's a small underline below the letter, which means that when the menu is open and I click Shift N, it opens a new tab. And that's pretty neat because, yeah, it's pretty neat. You need to have the menu open to be able to do that. But you can also rename that way. And I'm going to show you how you can make it even simpler. So for example, I rename the new tab. I'm going to do ampersand. How do you call it?
Ampersand.
Ampersand, thank you.
I think so. I think it's
it is ampersand.
Yeah.
And then if you look at my menu, and I can just click W and then the new tab appears. How magic is that?
Yeah, this is actually quite awesome. This is I think Vivaldi is the only browser that allows you to do this.
Yeah, if you know any other browser doing it, let us know. We're really curious about this one.
Yeah.
You can also create some folders. Folder, and then I'm going to call it the window folder. And I'm going to drag it all the way up. There you go. And then you see now I have my menu here and the window. And again, I can look for Windows options that I like to use every day. I like the new private window and the new guest window. These are my two favorite. And I'll just drag them up here.
Sounds good.
So this is my menu now for the horizontal menu. But if you want to check, the really awesome thing is I can keep it very minimalistic for the horizontal menu and still have my full menu under the Vivaldi button. And then you'll see when I clicked the Vivaldi button, everything will still be there. Unless I want to change everything again and then decide, okay, I will actually make my own menu differently and then make it like two different ways, two different menu as you wish. So again, I'm going to remove some of the items and keep some of them. And then you'll see again, now I just have the file and the help. And again, just like I did before, I can remove whatever I want and add almost anything possible. So if by any chance I'm like, oh damn, I'm missing something and I want to have it back, I can also reset the menu anytime and then it resets to default. So the menu comes back as it used to be.
Yeah.
Do we get any questions on that customizable menu, Taka?
Yes, in advance. We got a few questions from our ambassador, Alan. Thank you for sharing me what you're wondering about regarding this feature. And one of the question was, what happens when I modify my menu, then you update Vivaldi? Meaning that when a user upgrades Vivaldi to a version that has a change in the menu. And a quick answer to that is that yes, the modification will be saved. And so if a user updates the current 3.1 stable to whatever new version, nothing will happen to the modified menu. But we're still making changes, planning on making changes in the menu, maybe add some other commands, etc. So say once the user has reached a version of Vivaldi with like some kind of upgrading code in, then from that point, updating Vivaldi can add new items as long as there's a right spot, like a parent folder still exists in the modified menu.
Yeah, and maybe we should mention as well that it's not something you can sync to all your profile yet, but it's something that is being looked into. So we hope that we'll be able to offer it soon to you guys.
That was the other question regarding this from the same user. We're looking into the possibility. And he has also shared a quite nice tip about menu customization, especially on Mac. He points out that adding hide UI is also a very nice option.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, by hiding UI, you can have a bigger, of course, like space for to view websites yeah, give it a try. I think this is a pretty good chance because since you can change the settings back to the factory mode or the default mode anytime you want. So just play around with it, and then if you find anything you haven't tried, or just give it a try.
Yeah. Hemant Naik is asking, can you reset menu to a specific point instead of resetting back to the default? Not at this stage, Hemant. Thanks for asking. But it's something we could consider. So feel free to drop us a feature request on the forum.vivaldi.net, and yeah, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
If you have any further questions on the customizable menu, please let us know in the chat. We're looking into it.
I might also add, there's a comment about South Korean, for example, in the comment section too.
Right.
But I was going to say that the feature to modify the single shortcut key for menu.
Yeah.
That's pretty handy, especially for non-alphabet users like Japanese speakers like me, because the letters we use are not on the keyboard, so basically none of the single key shortcut usually works. But by renaming a command that you heavily use and just write like ampersand or ampersand 1 or ampersand n or whatever you like, and then you can create a quick access to your favorite menu.
Yeah, that's a really good input. Thanks, Taka.
Of course.
All right. Doesn't seem to be more questions on the customizable menu for now. So we'll keep an eye on the chat. Feel free to let them coming. But we'll move on to the next item we want to show you today, which are the Notes Manager. So until today, I'll just put this back this way, exactly. If you wanted to write notes, you had access to notes in the panel. Most of the time they are on the left side, but you could also, in your settings, put on the right side. That's up to you. So when you open the Notes Manager, you see it's quite small. And we have a few notes already here. So you can, what is nice here, you can already sort them by title, by address, by content, by date created. That's up to you. And my favorite things about notes is when I go search for something on the web, for example. Right now, Midsummer is the hype in the Nordic countries.
Scandinavia, yes.
So, and I would like to know more about this tradition actually, because I'm not Scandinavian yet. And so I can always go to Wikipedia, highlight the text that interests me, and copy to note. It says the note is created, and then if you go back to the notes panel, you'll see it right away. You see the Midsummer with some text, the screenshot that was taken. As you can see here, there's a screenshot of the page I just took, as well as when it was taken and the link. But like, I guess you agree, and many people have been asking us, this is really small to write. So actually, it's been asked many times to have a full page layout to be able to write the notes. So we did that. The developers spent quite a lot of time and made this really new awesome Notes Manager. So the way to open the Notes Manager is a couple of ways. You take a note that, for example, doesn't have any link, and you double click on it in Note Editor, for example, and here the Note Manager opens. Or you type in Vivaldi notes, and then you'll have it here. Or you go to the speed dial and the Notes Manager will show it here. You can always, of course, using quick command. Sorry. Yep. Yeah, it's F2 for and then search for it. So in the Note Manager, again, you see all the notes taken here, but now you have a full size notes. And for example, in our company, it's quite popular to wish happy birthday. And Taka, it'd be really nice if you tell me how you say happy birthday in Japanese, actually.
お誕生日おめでとう.
Okay, I won't be able to write this one.
I'll send you a message on Slack.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But I can just add here as much as I want and all the languages. So I wish I could say it as well in Icelandic, because it's kind of nice the way they say it as well.
Yeah, we have a bunch of developers in Iceland, so we have plenty of chances to say happy birthday in Icelandic. So
this is the text version of it, but I can also, using Markdown, the formatting Markdown, add formatting, and then you'll see visually how this becomes a title, heading 1, and then make it headed 2. So you have both possibilities, kind of best of both worlds actually. You can type it the way you want, or you can just use the pre-formatting that's been already, visual text editor that is available here. So that's the full size mode. It tells you how many words you have here and also how many characters. Yep. You can always create a new note by clicking the plus button. And for example, I need to buy milk for today. So I'll just make myself a note, buy milk. And that part is really nice because it also gets synchronized if you have Vivaldi on your Android phone. We'll show you just in a few minutes, a bit later. Again, you can search by title, or sort by title or the URL address, the date created, or if you have attachments to it. You can also, for example, search within a note by doing Command F on Mac or Control F on Windows and Linux. And let's say search for Markdown, and then you say it gets highlighted here.
That's cool.
You can search through all the notes if you want and just look for Markdown, and then you'll see, oh, I have only one note with Markdown so far. Is there anything? Oh yeah, you gave me that nice tip before.
Yeah.
You can search by content, right?
Yes. Now it's it was showing the tip, tool tip, by hovering the mouse cursor to the search field, and by writing like Gaëlle is doing now, content and colon, then the search word, then it searches only the notes content for the word, not the URL.
Yeah, or you can do also just searching the URL, right?
Yes.
So again, you do URL, semicolon, and then let's say Wikipedia, and then you see the link to Wikipedia that I saved.
Yes.
And then you can also export notes. Again, you need to have a problem now. Quick command is not showing up on my side.
By maybe pressing down Control and F instead of Command, because I think you're running Linux on Mac.
Yeah, but my
machine.
Oops, sorry about this. Something went off. Yeah, so the quick command. Yeah, you can. I have some issues here.
Quick commands is under tools usually. If you're using the default settings now.
Yeah. Okay, let me just say the keyboard and I'll change that F2. But the F2 is not working for me. That's a problem. Because we're using a virtual machine to show you this demo. And yeah, let me do this control. Yeah, I won't be able to show that one. You can export by using quick command. So if you press F2 and search for export notes, then you can be able to export your notes. It's just, right now it's simple text only, plain text, sorry. And the same with importing notes, you can also import notes. And I'm going to show you how it gets synchronized pretty much in same time within Android. So let me start Android and I'll show you that in just a few seconds.
Yeah.
Is there any questions on the notes in the meantime, Taka?
Yes, there was actually a question also from Alan regarding notes and sync. And the point was, yeah, can we have a manual sync button for notes? I keep seeing sync issues across my computers. Yeah, okay, so usually notes are synced immediately, but from time to time there might be delays and you might see delays. And there's a help page called Troubleshoot Sync Issues on help.vivaldi.com. And there we have like a solid guide for to troubleshoot sync issues, including notes. It says you might have to wait up to max, or if notes are not synced after even 6 hours, then there's a format for a bug report, and then we'll look at the issue and do our best to fix it.
Okay, thank you. Just saying. I have trouble now moving the virtual machine. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it started on my other screen, but okay, let me try to do something else first. Okay, I'll just. There you go. The one.
Okay.
Thank you for your bit. Yeah, it's coming. There you go. So yeah, we found a way to show you Vivaldi inside the browser, like on Android. Again, using a virtual machine. So you have to imagine that this looks more like a tablet. And if you want to see your notes, you can go to the panel here. There you go. To the notes down here. And here you see your notes that have been synchronized almost instantly. Like you see Midsummer is the one. And you can continue typing here as much as you want. So nice tradition.
Ooh.
There you go. You can also erase the notes. And yeah, there's something fun that we want to show you actually. But just before going that, I'll show you what Taka was mentioning about the help page. That's pretty neat. We have a lot of information. Everything we've been showing you today is actually available on our help.vivaldi.com.
Yeah, it's quite frequently updated.
Yeah, our colleague Jane is doing a fantastic job there, updating it all the time. So you have the notes manager. It's some of it's translated in Spanish and French already. More language are to come.
Yeah.
And she puts screenshots and really is doing it. It's really neat how things are presented here. You also have about markdown formatting and there you go. And then as well as, for example, on notes on Android and so forth. We highly recommend you, if you have any questions or want to revisit some of the tricks we just showed you today, just look at the help.vivaldi.com and search for what you're looking for. Yeah, I'll do this. Okay, and we have a little surprise for you guys.
Oh.
Yep. So last week we had also YouTube Live with the French community, and we had a mini contest, and one of the entry we got about a note was this one.
Perhaps?
Yeah.
Is that the note?
So if you look at the text, it actually accepts code, and if you want to see how it looks visually, they actually made a full Vivaldi logo icon. So that's the winner of last week's contest.
This has to be the winner. This is by far the most awesome note I've ever seen.
Actually, you can do a lot of nice, fun things with the notes.
Yeah. Have you shared this note on in our forum, for example?
No, but I'll do it this afternoon. Yeah, that's a
All
good
right,
point.
that's
Thanks. So yeah, does any of you have any questions around the notes or Vivaldi in general? I see my colleague Inge has been replying quite a few questions already that were not necessarily related to what we were demonstrating, but we're open for questions in general. Thank you, Jonas. We really appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
And yeah, so if you want to continue the conversation, we highly recommend you to go to our forum.vivaldi.net. You get amazing help from members, volunteers. We'd like to use this opportunity to thank all the volunteers who are helping us to make Vivaldi such a great product. We thank you as well for all the feedback we get from you. It helps us to make it a better product every day. The volunteer community is quite big. We have translators, we have testers and moderators and ambassadors. And Hemant is coming with a question now. Can we speak and type in notes? Not at this stage, but yeah, that's something we should look into, definitely.
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, if you join the forum, we can continue the conversation there, and you can ask all your questions. And
yes, like maybe someone has like a request for our future live streaming as well, like topics to cover.
That's very true. Yeah, we'd love to do more of this YouTube live. So if there's some things you want us to show or demo, we're thinking of making one about Android. We're really open to anything. So you can go to community announcement, live demo, and leave us a message here and let us know what you think we should talk about next time. Will we get sync for themes as well? We'd love to give you that. Sync, we inherit sync from Chromium, the functionality, and adding more features requires a lot of refactoring, so it's a lot of work. But it's definitely something we're looking into and would like to offer to you. Richard is asking, will it be possible in the future to split the window in two and have a web page on one side and the note manager on the other side? That's a great question.
That's kind of already possible with tiling tabs.
Yeah, I'm testing it right now, actually. Yeah, you can do it, actually. You can select the two tabs, and then, like you say, right-click, and you... okay, I'll show it again. You select both, and then you tile selection, or untile now. So it's doable already today.
Yep. By default, it's like vertically split, but you can change it to the horizontal split.
That's true.
Or
yeah.
this,
you can do this way as well.
Or tabs. Yeah. In a grid view, for example. But that came to a point where I want to ask you a question, Gaëlle.
Sure.
Why do you have, or how did you bring the camera icon to take screenshots to the address bar instead of the status bar?
I use capture screenshots all the time. So basically, I click on Shift and took it from down there and drag it all the way up. So I could do the same now for type tiling if I use it all the time. And then you drop it, and it's available here.
Awesome. So hold down Shift and drag and drop.
Yeah, that's
icons. To move around icons. Yeah.
We got another question in. Can we take notes while viewing a page and that notes get automatically linked to the current tab URL? Yeah, that's exactly what I was showing before. I'm going to show it again, just in case. So, for example, I'm going to Wikipedia, Midsummer. The thing, if you want to do that, though, is you need to highlight the text and copy to note. That way you get the link to the current page you're viewing as well. Everything is there. And then you have a little information, note Vivaldi, and then settings. So, and then it will be here. Midsummer. That's right here. With the screenshot here and the link and when it was taken. All right.
Yes, text selection first.
They want us to demo an attachment of the note, I guess. Coyote George is asking. Okay, sure, I can do that. I'll show you that. I'm going to untile. It's going to be easier for me. So I'll go to happy birthday, attachment, add attachment, and then it will search through my documents. Let me see. Yeah, it's a virtual machine, so I don't have many documents, but basically, if you go to any in your machine and go through your folder, you can upload the doc. The one thing important to know is that at this stage, it's not possible to synchronize the attachments. So it's only available in the profile where you've been uploading them. It won't be available yet to your Android or any other device where you sync that data. Would be nice to quickly organize the notes into a folder by quickly typing a folder name at the time of the creation somehow. All right, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, feel free to submit it on the form. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, sounds good.
Have we covered everything?
I think so. Please tell us if we haven't answered to your question.
We're waiting, Hemant.
I suppose iPadOS is coming, but we have an estimate.
Do we have an estimate? No, not at this stage. Sorry, we can't share that at this stage. We don't know. Sorry, Hemant.
Yeah,
Richard.
interesting news. Yeah, just came out yesterday. I found the answer to my question of whether we can speak and type in Note or not. Yeah. All right. Let's consider that.
Yeah, it's
a
done.
future request.
All right. If there are no more questions, we'll stop it for today. Okay, he managed. He goes to the Android phone and speak, and it will appear on the computer. Oh, that's not something I can do with the current virtual machine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Or maybe you can create notes on your, if you have an Android phone, and then by using this speak feature function there, and then sync the note to the computer. Then in a way, your speech can be a note. Let's try it.
All right, you just did it. Fantastic. Could I open some notes in the third-party editor by context menu? You mean
some of the notes in the third-party editor? Well, outside of Vivaldi, the Vivaldi notes won't show up in the context menu. Since it's all stored in the profile, Vivaldi profile, locally, your sync notes will be in our servers, encrypted.
All right. Yeah. Any more questions?
How do you pronounce happy birthday in French?
Joyeux anniversaire.
Joyeux anniversaire.
Yeah, we have to tell you, Taka and I sang a French song in karaoke and Taka was doing fantastic. His French is...
No.
It was a lot of fun.
I was reading the lyrics and it was Japanese.
Next time I want to do the reverse. Like I sing in Japanese and yeah.
Yeah,
we're on your turf. Yeah, definitely. We'll do that again.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
Oli. Hi, Oli. Nice to see you. Thanks for sharing. Til har min ju med dagen I husin.
Sounds a bit similar to Norwegian as expected.
Nice. Thank you for sharing, Hemant. Janma din Mubark. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think we could mention that the best example we've heard about notes, usage of notes, was by one of our user who shared a sync account to teach languages, Spanish with English with a student in Latin America, and the person was based in the US. That's been really the most impressive usage we've seen on Notes so far. What about for check double records? Yeah, you can search through your notes for double records. Let's see, if we look for Midsummer, you'll see immediately I have a double record now because I presented that issue twice.
How timely.
Yeah. Coyote George. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Coyote George. I think we've reached the end of this demo. It's fantastic to see you all around, guys. We really appreciate for your time. And yeah, tell us what you think, if you want more of the lives and which topic we should cover. Also, if you haven't done it yet, please download Vivaldi to your Android phone. And yeah, we hope to see you around soon again. Have a beautiful summer, and yeah, we'll stay in touch. Bye.
Yes. See you again. Bye.